over in Group B, Snods. Our 10th best of 3 of the night. And it is ARES Gaming facing off against ARES. Now, interesting fact about that is obviously it's ARES that are facing off against them in the second semi-final, when we expected ARES to actually pick up the win in their respective first semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long day. 10 games, as you said, being played out today in the group stages of the Intel Challenge Women's event. Fast play towards the finish. It seems already 3 frags found by CT7 before you can even blink or finish a sentence. ARES Gaming claim the first one, showing their dominance. What was that? 3-player push through middle? Something crazy like that?
CSX mixes, mate. Just going for the push.
Something of that sort. So 1-0 here for ARES. Obviously, they've taken their first loss versus a female team in just under a year, 11 months. So how is this new roster going to be able to cope with such losses?
Exactly. And now against the team that actually nearly overpowered them, they're going to face off again here on Inferno. Let's see how this is going to go. It was 16-14 if you missed it before when they played earlier on in the day. This time around, ARES grabbed the first round and look to try and continue on with that form. They go 1-for-1 in terms of the trades here, though, into this round results.
4 versus 4. Juliana going 1-for-1 towards quad. Early B control as well, so Bill got close range versus pistols. Eventually gets traded out. Unfortunately, and he goes 1-for-1, so it will be a 3 versus 3 now. No smoke for CT Spawn, which means Antika, oh, what a flashbang actually, able for the bomb to cross in towards Coffin, so the plant will be going down momentarily. 3 players towards Banana as well as the bomb is planted for that exact position.
Spam coming through here from ARES as they want to try and retake their own bombs if possible, and they will actually clear it very effectively. Nicely done as they find their respective frags, slip their way into the site, and we'll get the defused as well.
Speaking of sauce,
yeah. Big man Wes.
Was he a big man?
Probably a medium-ish size
medium
man. You know, respectable size. Respect.
But what is a respectable CT half here from ARES? Obviously, on Cobblestone, they had a 10-5 half. And they still went on to lose that matchup versus Squared. So, how many rounds?
Dude, it is. Well. It's just like sort of over again. They're top of the nade stack. They've blown everyone out of the water in seconds. It's lunacy, Snods. Cindy's left on 1 HP. Potter's low danger. Headshot galore. Bingo, bango, bosh.
Bish bash bosh into the first Baron already. These have been very quick rounds here, sorry. And now it's the first buy round. Are we going to be seeing ARES carry forward the SMGs into the first buy round? Potter instantly silencing that thought. So it will be 1 up there for the CT side. 4 M4s as well. Because we saw a 5-player force buy from ARES in the second round, they can no longer afford the up the City. So it will be a 5 entrance on the CT side. And we saw how pivotal City's up was, especially for the T side as well for ARES, in finding the first frag. Getting that first pick, getting the advantage for a team, working the kicks and the advantages off of that. As we head into this one though. Early banana control once again here for ARES, this time not only versus the Ecos, but also carried forward into the first Baron, leaving Potter alone with the AWP. 4 players now stationed towards the
It's going to be a push out towards the A site here as they slowly encroach through and tiptoe their way up to take this map control. Slow and steady here from ARES though. They don't want to overcommit. They don't want to run into the unknown, Snods, and bite off more than they can chew if possible. The first frag will go the way of ARES. Juliano catches wind of Cindy, rather. Tell it's getting late.
Oh, it's very late, mate. It's been a long day. Anyway, 4 versus 4 here. ARES Gaming has the so obviously off of the banana. Tora, though, equalising the numbers of 4 versus 4. From Arch comes the full effect, but Riley. Tora, 1 frags, 1 apiece. Juliana was eventually taken down by Riley, so a 3-0 in terms of score. But I go 1 4 in that round, eventually will be taken down. So 3-1 here. And ARES Gaming, imagine if they don't make it out of groups. Just have a think about that for a second.
Yeah. I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Tell by your reaction there. Well, jokes aside, it will be the force spike coming out from the CT side.
It was just quite comical. The AWP was just thrown and no one picked it up.
Well, I mean, Potter struggled on Cobblestone, didn't she? We even saw Giuliano take a position and fill the AWP, primary AWP role on their CT side. But this time she's seeing some resurgence, obviously, in the DM server between maps. Finds the first frag towards Banana. Now with their vastly weaker weaponry versus ARES, still the advantage early on.
Ooh, hello, Tori. Jesus. Well, she's just done Zaz. I mean, that's just filth, Snods.
Yeah. And the advantage they accumulated off of the AWP taken out of the equation as Zaz gets wallbanged towards apartments. This is a hard scenario for Rez. You may have to stack a site here. I don't see Rez winning unless Potter goes huge. And with that, do they try and overstack a site? Such a hard call to make here for Rez Gaming. Do you take that risk or do you try and leave everything onto the CZs in towards the B-bomb site?
We're now left in the 4v4. Potter has the AWP. She's got the first frag into this round. Can she now try and grab the second for her side? As the push will come through, you can see Riley trying to contemplate how to go for the peak. Potter was there, poised and ready, pulls the trigger, takes her down, pushing towards that B site as well. Vilga up top, but unfortunately not on top of the round. She can't actually punish them. Has to restructure her defense here as well, playing close in guard and waiting for her teammates to arrive on the scene to try and cause a stir here over at the B site.
Man advantage here for Rez Gaming in the retake. Lacking. Oh, actually, no, they have the defuse here onto Antika. Flashbang comes in. Good. HG grenade finds a target. The AWP as well. Finds a second frag into this round. And City finds one. Eventually traded out by Vilgud, the CZ. Up close and personal. 4-1 will be the scoreline as Rez Gaming claim their force by victory.
Yes, so Rez going to be working their way through that one. Potter actually coming in fantastically. Topples them with the AWP, really. It was quite critical. They did have the weapon in commission, so good to see it paying off that time around.
Round number 6. UMP for Tori. 4 AKs as well to finish off and round off the pie for ARES. Obviously, this is their force buy here, Jack. If Rez win this one, they're going to go 5-1 up, forcing Eco from ARES, potentially 6-1 up as well, so a strong lead here early on for the City side of Rez. Good HG as well, does some damage. The flash will warden off the peak from Potter, she falls back towards the side.
Slowly and steadily, this push is coming round, developing in towards the A site as they need to try and take the fight, but Vilga spots them out first, and Vilga's going to be victorious there against Riley. Takes her down and stops the push as well, leaving the ARES team fractured really here, Snods, as they are spread fairly thin.
Smoke coming out towards Library, which means the CT wrap can now come into full effect, especially now as well, Vilga taken out towards Arch. Instant 2-player rotation from Antika and Giuliano. Potter going to be tested towards CT, finds one frag, and now they have the man advantage to work with. 35 seconds left. Potter going for a second as well. Don't shoot your teammate, thankfully. It will be Antika that finds the frag towards CT. Fast 2 here from Disq. Now it's the 2 versus 2 from behind. Giuliano trying to see if she can turn this into the clutch.
Well, let's see. Disq wants to try and take the fight towards her. She's already dished out some big digs into the round, as she's done 2 beautiful kills this far. Can she try and get a bit more? Flash from her teammate, picks up. Giuliano doesn't give a damn. Fights her way through the blindness, takes her down. Tati will suffer the same fate as well as Zaz walks her way in. They're going to waltz into the bomb site, defuse the bomb, and continue on that scoreline now as they grab 5 rounds here on their CT half.
And that lead may extend as well when you see the money situation for ARES. 5 PT50s. They are going to be buying Kevlar onto a few players. 2 flashbangs, 5 PT50s, actually 5 sets of Kevlar. So a strong quasi buy coming out from ARES. Could be the fast apps burst. You can see 5 players going towards second middle. Giuliano going to be getting a gaze. And actually, did you spot them? I'm not quite too sure. I think they ran through the window panel there. A lack of information, but will it be enough to see if they can overthrow Potter here and try to run down the AWP?
Potter. She's just waiting to see if she could mop up the situation if they decide to push towards her, but right now just going to be holding her ground. Obviously, Giuliano and co as well are stacked. Everyone is there. It's an absolute firing squad that's just waiting for the push to come towards them. If they do burst through this smoke, Zaz just needs to unload upon them. Little cheeky flashbang going out as well. Grabs the burst, has to spam and try and retreat. will stay alive and get out of there. Potter finally finds that kill as well. Takes down one woman. Giuliano on the side, just bombing and weaving, dealing blows. Antika for a double kill at the end there, Snods, and Rez picked that one up, only taking one casualty on Zaz. She paid it off as well. She got a double kill in the round, so it won't matter too much.
6-1 then, as predicted. ARES are going to have to find some rounds on the board soon after being put into this extremely stacked group. When you look at Dignitas female, you look at the stars and you see the opposition they're fielded against. You've got to be feeling quite bad for these players in Group B. The smoke as well, Vilga gets a second. 4 versus 2, Cindy is low as well as she was the other player towards Banana. Taken blows from those HE grenades that spam through the smoke from Vilga. 2 versus 4.
So Cindy and Riley, the last 2 remaining players over on that T side. Cindy. There's 2 different words, Nods, and they keep coming up. They keep coming out of my mouth. It doesn't work. But anyway, back into the rounds. They slowly try and make their play over towards that B side. Let's see if they can actually make this work. They do have a ton of utility. They don't really have much health. And she's dead. And she's dead now.
What's that? 3 through the smoke there, I believe, or maybe even 2. 6 round deficit now for ARES. Losing that bar, and they go for the desperation plays through the smoke towards Banana. Easy frags found as Vilga isn't flashed as they try to flood through the smoke. Clean up spray. And even connects a second as well through the smoke. So the HE damage denies the aggressive push. And then through the smoke, they walk into the blender that is towards top Banana. Now we see ourselves in a situation where Res Gaming are in a flurry almost, where these rounds have gone so fast.
Spam coming through as well from Giuliano as she tried to stay alive. Luckily Potter's there to assist, so once she goes down, the damage can still be done. Riley's the only one standing, and she was barely alive. She's going to be finished off as well, taken down by Zaz's USB. Meaning that Rez are just powerhousing through this. Nods. 8 rounds already secured in their CT half. Looking like they want to try and claim as many as possible. ARES have the buy coming through though. Cindy going to don the AWP. You do have the AKs coming out as well. Riley bought a taser, but it looks like she's got rid of it.
Huh. Because it can be quite obnoxious having that instead of your knife. But nevertheless though, 8-1, 7-round advantage here for Res Gaming coming into another buy round. This time, the advantage does go in favour of ARES. Goes for the refrag, but unfortunately Discu gets a second. 5 versus 3, smoke coming out towards CT. They still have 3 players towards mid and this A site here from ARES, but they will be falling back in towards B. Crucial frag to be found out for Giuliano. If she can find the frag onto Discu and deny Ruin control from the T side, if she lets the walk past, oh my goodness. That's 1. Cindy now as well towards Ruin.
Spat back, Giuliano going to get pushed. It does go down as Cindy will find that frag. It's all on Zaz here, and a 1 versus 4. Zaz with a peek, but unfortunately wasn't able to find the kill. She will be obliterated as the hailstorm of bullets hit her. And that round goes the way of ARES. But the rebuy can come out thick and fast here for Rez as well. Looks like the double up setup has been called as it will be done by Giuliano and Potter apparently.
Yeah, we saw the double up setup as well on Cobblestone from Res Gaming, obviously. Potter being the primary AWPer on this side, Giuliano being the secondary AWPer. This time it will be Giuliano towards Banana, Potter towards Arch. Just key trying to see if she can replicate the success of the last round towards Banana, but eventually will be actually tagged through the wall, I believe, down to 50 HP. This is the advantage of a double AWP setup, Jack. You can save your utility, you can see. She can hold the angle, usually it would be smokes. They can hold on to their utility for as long as possible and starve out ARES in terms of map control. And eventually try and, you know, punish them if they go through a smoke at 30 seconds or 40 seconds, a great time. Molotov could be the final blow.
Well, everyone right now is just being held behind a thin wall of smoke. The veil that is stopping them from actually going for this push as the time starts to tick down ever so slightly. Zaz and Co just waiting for the oncoming onslaught as they hide outside their front gate.
Riley will open things up towards apartments. Dink as well onto Antika. Great smoke towards Pinnacle will deny the push. It makes things extremely awkward for ARES.
Thing is, if you just tag Antigua and don't actually finish her off, then she's going to fight back. The ferocity's coming out as she gets the first frag. If she clears towards Graveyard as well, it should surely be a quick second. Then bypass her in pit as Tori slips in and finds that headshot. Nicely done as they've got themselves into some pretty effective positions here now on the A site, Snots.
Man advantage now for ARES in the afterplan. Kit to Vilga. Orb onto Potter. We know how hard that orb can be utilized in the race. Tori gets dinked down actually. 10 HP. Frag found as well by Vilga. And suddenly this could be a round here for ARES.
Push comes back through. Potter gets the first. Juliana goes down, the meaning it's just on Vilga and Potter. The AWP and M4 retake. Disq waiting by Mini Pit. She peeks through, gets the first, spams into Potter. The double phase comes out as well. Vilga under heavy pressure there as Tori was just firing towards her. 3 rounds picked up for ARES. And Rez, their economy is actually finally broken.
Yeah, after that last retake, unable to field a goodbye into this one, obviously. It took so long. You saw how long Potter to wait for her teammates to rotate in. Yes, they found the dink onto Tori. They found the first frag as well, but unfortunately, time was ticked too far down on the clock. And even though they concede that one, it is still a 5-round advantage here for Red so far on the CT side of Inferno in the deciding matchup as well. The winner of this makes out the second seed of Group A. And obviously, having second seed of Group A, you play versus the first seed of Group A, and that is Dignitas. So that's obviously great to see. If we do see the Rez versus Dignitas first matchup tomorrow, 2 of the potential favourites, and one of them could be going to the lower bracket. Yeah,
that is true. It will definitely be some tense stuff. Now, Disq though as well realises that she's been handled by everyone on the side. Just wants to try and make some money into this round. We'll fight them pretty effectively as the frags go massively in the favour of ARES. It's just Zaz and Potter remaining now as they are stuck down towards T-steps. They've scavenged 1 AK at least.
Yeah, at least it's something. Obviously, into the next round, they can maybe have extra utility off the back of the saved AK. Obviously, going into these buy rounds, having utility in Inferno is so crucial. Molotov with Banana takes. Rotating smokes towards Banana as well. A lot of the times it is towards the B-bomb site where the utility is crucial. Retaking the A site as well. The Molotov towards default when you come in for the retake towards the A site. The smoke towards pit. Smoke for the bomb as well, essentially. We'll go 8-4. So already 8 rounds here for Reds, and we saw earlier the T side on Cobble, T side on Cobble versus ARES and Squared was their best half essentially.
Yeah.
It was the CT sides where the cracks really started the show, and the comeback came from Squared after being 10-5 down. Remember. So for me, 8 rounds to the CT side of Res Gaming's Inferno may be enough already to have a strong second half.
Antigua just going to go for the spam through the smoke there on the reaction, finds the headshot. That is beautiful. Very well done there off the back of the tap from the M4. A minute 18 left on the clock as well. Seems like the reaction is to try and take the fight over towards the A side. Early nade lobbed out towards close mid. Does knock down Tatty nearly to sub 50 HP. Potter could actually get a fair bit of success. She plays her cards right here, but Tatty and Tori, the 2 troublesome T's on that terrorist side, just locking it down. Giuliano as well. They're going to keep around. Survives the first, but goes down to Riley in the end as it's a 3v2 now. They realise the location of Zaz though. Zaz peeks out, denies the bomb plant. She's so critical. She goes down to Tori.
1 versus 2 now for Antigua. Coming up towards quad. No defuse kit. Nice in the play. Spots Tori, knows exactly where Riley is. And now to the 1 versus 1. And Tori secures the 5th round for ARES women. Penultimate round here of the first half, round number 14, an 8-5 scoreline, and slowly but surely, Jack, this game becomes more and more competitive.
This is true. Every round, ARES seem like they're starting to figure out the bit of the puzzle a little bit more. Actually and work out how they need to counter this. Zaz going for a very aggressive play here, though, all the way deep down. Just going to hide out, though. She has a P250 player, potentially slips into the backline. She is undetected, but bounding out here, she should be spotted by Tori. So there won't be any stealthy shenanigans this time.
5 versus 4. It is, of course, the Eco coming up from Rez, saving into this round. They can buy up full into round number 15. Conceding the 6th round, though, potentially for ARES. Could be a major issue if they also lose the second half piston. It does go to a 9-9 scoreline. We saw earlier where Rez got a bit shaky when the pressure definitely did rise. Giuliano in towards Boiler, not going to be spotted. Wins the first duel versus Dish Q as well. It's the AK. Runs away scot-free. ARES could go in towards CT now and wrap towards the site, towards B. But instead they're going to go for the arch wrap here towards the A side. It's going to be their downfall.
Ooh, damage is done from these pistols. Rez, they might find success unless Cindy can change things as she slips through. The AK gets one, but they'll go with the MP9. Just spamming into the hedge nods. Fantastic play with that SMG. The PDW in close range worked out well, and they start to lock it down.
Nine to 5 as we go into round number 15. Final round of the first half here. And Rez already situated at 9 rounds apiece. Looking good so far. Disq unable to replicate the success she had when she found those 2 banana. Big shot there, or should I say the leg shot coming out from Potter. Flashbang comes back and hit from ARES coming in towards the A-bomb side. Poor mid smoke as well, which means ARES could capitalize off of that. All players here seem to start playing in towards site. They give up control towards middle. Zaz gets someone out towards balcony, goes for the reface, and concedes the first round. So, 5 versus 3. 3 players stationed here towards the A site from ARES Gaming, leaving Potter alone towards B. As the arch wrap comes through.
Vilga as well here, Snods. As she realizes what's behind that wall of smoke, gets the first, somehow able to find the second as well, switched out to the AK and trying to do even more damage, but does go down. Now it's just on Giuliano, Antika, and Potter. This triple threat on that CT side. Cindy and Riley. Cindy actually with the entry. Riley as well sends Giuliano off to the Burns ward, meaning it is all on Potter here. The retake with the AWP. She can grab the AK if she wants to make her life a little bit easier in terms of fighting that close range combat. Instead, just going to go in with the CZ. Snod finds a crisp headshot there on towards Cindy, though. Smokes it, jumps on the bomb. Riley's hands full. She has to go for the pre-fire spam and just hope she can connect the shot. Too little, too late. Rez grabbed the round and the half.
10 to 5. Every single first half we've seen so far from Rez Gaming has been double digits. 10-5 on Cobble versus ARES earlier on today. 10-5 versus Squared, a match they went on to lose eventually. And now 10-5 in the final match of the day versus ARES for a second time in the rematch. So, pistol goes in favor of Rez here, and this could be a swift final match.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, if it continues on in this fashion, it's definitely possible. And the fact is, even though we've only really seen them, to effect on Cobblestone, because we've only had a restricted ruse so far this tournament of that team, but they've looked dominant on their T sites. If that passes over now into Inferno, and they can play with that aggressive style and that confidence, like what we saw even on their CT half, I feel like this could be Rez, just the frustration of the fact they, got knocked down, just coming in hard and fast and bring it back.
We've seen a lot of CZs here today, haven't we? Exactly. In these women's pistol rounds. Oh my god, that's why.
Oof, it's continued on as well, just driving by with the CZ. Driving bullets through craniums, apparently, is just working fantastically in the fashion of Tori. Giuliano, though, she prefers to go for the slow and steady style of approach, just tapping with the Glock. Zaz as well, trying to fight the good fight. She pushes away, but it's all on Zaz. She will go down, as there was just 3 players remaining on ARES. 6 rounds on the board for them now as they pick up the opening pistol.
10 to 6. We've seen this scoreline, so often. It feels like every single time the team gets to 10-5 at the first half. CLG Red, Rez Gaming in all their matches so far, they always seem to lose that second half pistol and are unable to basically get the job done instantly. Suddenly they free up so much space and chance for their opposition.
Wow, yeah. And obviously, I thought Tori actually got the double kill there, but it was actually Potter killing their teammate with a CZ. So that's not gone well on the entry. Bit of a miscommunication there. Some mischief has been caused, Snods.
And what are Hogwarts going to do about it?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Potter! Harry Potter!
Oh dear. Oh dear. 10 to, oh gosh. 5 versus 3, I mean. Res accumulating themselves as a group of 3, marching in towards middle. Dish Q with the MP9, harder the angle towards mid. You got 3 players towards B, but instantly Cindy rotating in towards Arch. 3 versus 3 now towards the sites when you consider 2 players are still towards B.
Just huge play through the MP9 gets the first. They're all going to peek out 1 by 1. They line up for her. She'll knock 2 of them down, and Tatty will finish off the last one there in Zaz.
Well, going to be another eco as well for Res Gaming, obviously unable to get the bomb down into the pistol, which means they cannot buy up into the 3rd round of the half. Instead, forced onto another eco, just 1 flashbang invested into by Zaz. Probably going to be an Axe burst coming out from the T side as there is 1 flashbang and 4 T players going towards second.
Tori finds that frag on towards Giuliano as well as they're just bounding their way down. Incredibly aggressive here from ARES. They're definitely thriving with the confidence. It's going to be about first as well coming out. Attacking with the first. They actually do find success as Potter is able to respond. Potter actually continuing it on as well, Snod. She's doing damage right now. The Marauders map's helping her. She knows where everyone's coming from as the push starts to come in, but let's see if she can actually punish them. Unfortunately not. Cindy says mischief managed, rather.
Gosh,
English is hard, isn't it?
That was
It was
close.
It was
That was
almost
close,
there.
mate. I would have given you...
I know.
I'll give you the 8 out of 10 for effort on that
For
one.
some Harry Potter memes.
Yeah, the Marauders map was good. I was trying to think of that, you know.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a little wall hack in Counter-Strike.
It kind of is. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
You got to whip it out. Like you physically have to buy one and whip it out.
How much would that cost them? 15 grand in this game?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That's ludicrous.
You have to take a mortgage on your house.
Yeah, to fund that. Obviously, if it doesn't keep working out for you. 10 to 8. As the pause comes through. And obviously for Res Gaming, the pressure is going to be rising round and round, in which the fate falls in favour of ARES, because if the upset happens where they don't make it out of groups, imagine the embarrassment that could be all over the news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Live at 5 from Studio 11. To be fair, it is, it would be ridiculous, really. The team that coming into this you expect to be
Heavy
the victor.
Won all the big events last year.
Exactly. Hasn't dropped a map until today.
In under a year, just under a year. 11 months since they lost a map versus another female team. Round number 19, Orb coming out from Potter. As the Molotov talk comes out towards top banana here from Res, denying early banana control from the CT side as they group up behind the Molotov. Smoke comes out towards the bottom of banana. P90 here kept forward from the anti-ecos from Cindy. Definitely brave. Diffuse kills is strong. They have the rifles as well. And for Res Gaming, a full buy at that, having the AWP and the 4 AK buy to complement it. As they now have banana control, which means we might be seeing Tati rotate towards A and leave just Tori alone towards the B-bomb side. The issue is though, Tori only having 1 flashbang. No extra smoke to delay the banana push, but nevertheless, Tati making her way in towards Speedway, back in towards the A site. We're going to be seeing 4 players potentially in towards the A site from ARES. As of right now, as mid-control goes in favour of the international squad. Still 40 seconds to play a bit, Jack, and they're lacking map.
That is true. The ignition has been sparked here towards the A site as well, as Giuliano is force backed. It seems like they will actually restructure their post, decide to go in for a play on that B site, see if they can pry their way in, break the doors down, and find a little bit of success here. In terms of the defense, it is going to be Tori with support there from Tati. Tori gets the first frag off as well, has to switch out to her sidearm, and unfortunately Zaz was able to punish her and take her down. Tati, huge tags across the board. Everyone has been softened up. There's much sustain left to play with into this round. The P90 spun from miles away, apparently. From Cindy, you're not going to be too happy about that one.
Oh my goodness, the timing there on the reload. Gets away scot-free. Tati will eventually find the frag onto Zaz. Burns alive, and eventually will go down to Antika. 2 versus 2. Defuse gets here for the City side, but unfortunately it's all going to be down to Dispute. 1 versus 2. Potter and her mischievous friend Antika in the 2 versus 1 as they go for the double face. And of course they succeed. 11-8. Going forward now to round number 20.
10 points to Gryffindor. Lovely round there coming up from Reds, as they were able to bring it back there towards the end. Obviously for ARES as well, things struggling a little bit now. They have to try and get their heads back in the game. Rez as well, it just needs to be that constant continuation. They have to try and keep these high tempo rounds. If they can lead and they can try and take the tempo and set the pace with their AKs, that is where it's going to be ridiculous.
2 M4s, 1 up there for Cindy. No diffusers as well here for the CT side going into this round. They may not need them. Gain the early advantage. A poor flashbang there through the banana smoke. As they capitalise on that. Through apartments though, Disq goes for some more aggression. The same aggression we saw on the T side when she was in towards banana. Station in towards apartments. Will give away the advantage that ARES just briefly had. 4 versus 4 as they charge up towards A through quad. Down to just Cindy.
Giuliano with the entry down towards Tati. Cindy goes down as well, Snod, so there's only 2 CTs remaining here. Riley will actually find that frag as she responds towards Zaz, just ripping her a new one with the M4. As they will now fall into a 2v2 here. The retake has to be on point. Riley actually doesn't have a gun in her hands. Oh, there it is. Now it's finally appeared. Interesting that, mate. Boost's going to come out here for Tori as well, try and get her to the elevated angle, see if the element of surprise will back him up a little bit. Giuliano's head is sticking out, but no one realises Giuliano comes through, finds the first, and Potter, of course, for the second. Hagrid would love that one.
12-8. 4-round advantage now for Res Gaming. It feels like they've finally got a grip onto this matchup. Eco now going to be forced out for ARES. Should be 13-8 here. Around as well, you can see the Mac 10 invested into by Zaz, so she can farm up the cash, have a strong economy throughout the remainder of this final match of the day. Winner of this one goes on to play Dignitas tomorrow morning.
Thanks for flying everyone out of the They've all been dunked on. Just Tati remaining. Tati wasn't alive for long either. Rez, you can see that tempo play coming into effect. They are just teeming with confidence.
Pause for, I imagine, ARES. As soon as the buy rounds came into fruition here in the second half, everything has gone in favour of the favourites of the whole tournament, that being Rez. 13-8. 5-round deficit now for ARES to try and recalibrate themselves in the CT side defense. What worked for them on the T side, right? What worked for them? What will work for them now is the topic of discussion. Obviously, utility isn't going to be plentiful, so it's going to be hard to go for the banana control on this map. Lacking the double Molotov, lacking the abundance of smokes as well for Tori and Tati, the B players. They gained the advantage in the last buy round towards banana, but instantly gave it up towards apartments. Zaz got the instant refrag. So individually, Res Gaming starting to look on form and switched on into this one. As we are live into round number 22. Res Gaming as well, Jack. If they win this round and they go 14-8 up, as long as they can deny the bomb plant, there's a high chance we see 15-8. Res Gaming, sorry, ARES Gaming going to be forced on from quality by CZ's light utility, maybe Kevlar as well. So if they win this round, they may also secure match point.
Is it going to go down like that? Let's wait and see. Right now, incredibly grouped up as they want to try and make their approach over towards that B site. Tori and Riley are going to be playing from there. Riley actually up top in the elevator as well, to the flower pots. They're making their presence known, Snods, but it isn't an overcommit just yet. Still 1 minute and 20 left on the clock.
Smokers deployed. All 5 players now towards Banana from Rez. Cindy goes for the peek towards middle, spots no one. Extra rotation coming in now potentially towards the B site from Cindy to join the ranks of Riley and Tori. As the execution, the grenades rain in towards the B site. Tori is about to be tested.
They're going to be soaring over. The site is ignited. The damage is done though. Tori with a huge double kill as she finds these headshots. Antika's the only one from that T side to be able to fight back. But Riley, she was waiting in the rear. No one had any idea. And now they're dead on the ground.
Yeah, quite strange that you go for a fully fledged B execution and you don't smoke CT. Don't think I've seen that one before. And you can see why. Massive opportunity given with the lack of the smoke. ARES go to 9, and of course, for Rez Gaming, winning 3 in a row. Forcing the ecos as well earlier on versus ARES. They have strong economy. They can afford to go for the force by Potter. Taking out these as it is the 5 versus 4. 1 player advantage now for this one. And if they win this round, Jack, and we see them lower or diminish the money for Rez Gaming, it does come to that fact. You know, 10 to 13, they force out an eco, maybe 11 to 13, and they're within touching distance of causing the equalised scoreline and potentially the massive upset.
That's true. They're right there, Snods. They're on the home stretch. Just moments away, really, from being able to close it down and lock it out. They lose the first woman into this round, though, as Potter's been excluded into the round.
Expelled.
Of course. Expelliarmus!
Minute left on the clock here. Bomb still towards T-spawn, so a very slow defense for Rez. Ball bang looks near perfect. But 2-player advantage. Juliana as well being potentially through the walls and apartments. Tries to fish up some information. Smoke is fading towards Arch. Bomb is still towards T-spawn here, Jack, and it's a 3 versus 5 with 35 seconds left here for the T side.
30 seconds. It's going to need to be a quick hit towards one of these sites. The bomb needs to be collected as well, so the decision-making has to be done fairly swiftly as these plays come out. Individual push from either site. Giuliano actually just going to fake it out. She goes for the Molotov, regroups around, wants to link up with her teammates, but they're going to be pushed for time. It needs to be an instant take, or this round is over. You've got 8 seconds on the push. The bomb has only just arrived on the site. The bomb's down, the round is over. And that's the lost.
13 to 10. At what point do we see the pause now for Rez? 13 to 10 scoreline. Force now onto the eco. They have lost 2 in a row, so obviously no players above $3,000, Jack. So we might be seeing a lack of the up for Potter into the next buy round. And for Rez Gaming, what do you fall back on in your time of need? Thought at this point, you'll be at home in the hotel room, you would have won your first 2 best of 2s in the group, and you'll be clean sailing into the bracket play, but instead you have to fight tooth and nail to make it through.
Especially into this side push as well. Patty and District are going to be doing damage as they roam around. How has she stayed alive in that scenario? Been able to find these frags. It's a free K for Tati. It's another round going to go the way of ARES Snods. It's a 13 to 11 half now as this continues on here. Rez do have cash to reinvest. The AK shipments arrived. They've got out the crowbar, popped the top off. All of them picked up an AK each, to be fair. But let's see what they can do with the weapons.
That would be interesting to see. 13 to 11, 2-man advantage still for Rez Gaming. Obviously, they have the lead into this one. They have the experienced players, the veterans on the female scene. But then again, you know, this is the rematch of Copenhagen Games Finals. Former Dynasty, I believe, now ARES. First player taken out the server from both teams, Antika and Cindy find their demise. Minute 25 on the clock now. How do you resituate yourself into this round if you are Rez Gaming? You're going to be contacting up towards middle, but then again, players with this side close towards mid. You've still got Disque towards Arch, doesn't overface just yet, goes for the informational play. Spots no one just yet towards middle. Going to be slowly pushing in towards mid. So all the information she needs. She knows it's going to be the B hit coming forward. But Saz could come in from the flank. Apartment, but Potter finds the opening towards B. B bomb site is open for good.
B for business as they push their way in, Snods. They want to try and lock this one down as quickly as possible. Just the only one left standing on that CT side for the ARES women team. She'll be pushing up. Vilga, supported by Giuliano. Be a death-defying squad that was just waiting to execute her when they got the opportunity. Vilga will spot her out first and take her down, meaning they have 14 rounds now on the side of Rez. Will they continue this on? If they pick up this round, that will be match points secured, and it will leave them in pretty good standings to try and continue this one out. But obviously, Snods, we're getting down to crunch time here. ARES aren't that far off of it either. It will just take 3 rounds to re-equalize the scoreline.
First frag found by Cindy. First frag. That is the reset, Jack, if they win this round. Star performance so far from today from Cindy. Obviously on train, the 1 versus 2s. The incredible AWP play as well. The entry she found on train versus CLG Red. Now in the final matchup of the day. And potentially the final match of the event for ARES. She's the one to step up to the plate. 5 versus 3. Same scenario now for Red's game, where they're forced to reconfigure themselves with the 2-player deficit, leaving just Giuliano alone to lurk towards middle. Orb from Cindy towards Larry, should find the frag, and yes she does, gets the 3K. Now the last 2 remaining players from Rez, slowly but surely walking into their inevitable doom, it seems. Smoke comes out towards CT, they're learning from their mistakes, and Jack and the flash as well is good. Towards CT there and try coming with the flag from behind towards Ruin, but instead they are left rather indecisive. An instant pause is called.
14-12 is the scoreline here. Round 27 is where we are at with this, Nods. This is the last best of 1 of the night. If you are just joining us, both of these teams are battling out in this semi-final. Sorry. Yeah, it is the semi-final.
No, it's not,
no,
mate.
it's not.
the starting
Groups.
match,
Yeah.
you idiot.
It's like so late. It's like 11.
Yeah, and we've been up since God knows
Like
when.
9. It's almost an actual day for a real human.
For a real human.
Yeah. But
We're
anyway.
robots just casting, aren't we?
Might as well be.
Might as well
fair.
be.
Isn't that just flakes?
Yeah.
But one of these teams goes home. That was my point. But you know,
Sort of derailed that.
yeah,
one,
kind of,
haven't
yeah.
we? Pause is on our screen. Obviously, Res Gaming going to be reset. Oh,
Hello.
oh, hello. Who's on his friends list there? Who's in the DMs? Right. But anyway, back to the scoreline. Right, 14-12. 22 frags here for Tori going forward. Potter this time having a complete difference in terms of the scoreline she had earlier. Cobblestone she had 7 frags for the majority of that matchup, now sitting at 21 comfortably. 14-12, and it is the conversation of the Force Spy versus the Eco. I imagine, or it could be in technical pause, and at that point this is all just rubbish.
It's all just fluff, really. We've just been just lying. Organism dings, meaning probably people are typing on pause. Oh, they have. We're back in, Snods. We've been plugged in.
Plugged back into the matrix. 14-12. As Res Gaming now go for the quasi buy. They're taking the safer route here, Jack. It's just going to be 2 CZs and 3 PT50s. 3 sets of capital as well. 2 smokes, so she's probably going to be an Apps Burst. Smoke out towards Arch, smoke out towards Mini Pit. Flood the A site, obviously, with the PT50s and the CZs. Cindy with the AWP playing close range in apartments. Wouldn't really recommend that versus the pistols, but then again, it could also work. Hello. Hello. That's strange.
Damage has been done already. Snod, Zaz and Vilga going to he's on that side. Let's see what they can achieve. Jessica whips out the USB, gets 1, ready for the second. It's a bit of a panic, but luckily Tori's there to finish her off. Meaning it's a 14-13 scoreline as this continues on there.
She DC'd, hasn't she?
Is her internet gone?
I don't know, she stood there like frozen in the middle of a balcony.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the PC crashed. Exciting stuff, though.
Oh, thrilled.
I mean, obviously, if we do see the victory here from ARES, this will mean that Rez don't make it out of groups.
Into the semi-finals.
Into the actual semi-finals.
And they go
tomorrow in the Expo Hall, live from IAM.
Intel Challenge, mate. IAM's next week.
Wait, we're technically at IAM Katowice today.
ESO1 at the moment, mate.
All right.
Sorry.
You know what, mate? You do it.
You know what, I mean? You solo cast this one.
Anyway, we're back in. It's all sorted, apparently. Let's continue on. There's not going to be an AWP over on that side for Rez, though, so Pod are forced to go with the AK. Let's see what they can actually achieve with this. Maybe it'll actually lend more into their favor if they can try and play for an aggressive burst and just wield those Kalashnikovs.
Yeah, Potter, top fragging right now for the side of Rez. No AWP, though, into the arsenal for Rez Gaming. 14-13. One round between these two teams as well, and it's the tension at the moment is starting to be palpable because for Rez Gaming, if they go home 16-14, let's say, the shock would be flashbang comes out towards Minipit, the smoke as well towards Arch. Default now from Rez Gaming, giving up so much control towards Banana. They're leaving Cindy alone towards B, which means Tori can now rotate in towards the A-bomb side. Four players, stationed towards A from the CT side. Cindy finds the first frag as well as Gogan goes back towards Banana. Now we see the man advantage for ARES in this crucial dividing round.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage done as well. Cindy was going huge with the AWP into this one. It comes down to the two big dogs, really, those Snods, Giuliano and Zaz. The two heavy hitters on the side. Giuliano with the entry towards the A site. She's softening them up and leaving them just bloodied and broken. Zaz will arrive over to try and aid her as well. 20 seconds on the clock as the bomb will go down. ARES, it's all up to Tori and Disq to try and bring this one back as the rotate will come over. But it's going to burn off a lot of time. Luckily, they both have kit. And they've got a smoke and a flash to work with as well.
2 versus 2. Good play here from Disq to come in towards apartments. Zaz could be exposed towards the balcony. Flashbang comes in, blinds out Giuliano. Another push comes in towards Arch and through apartments as well.
Well, Tori's going to try and take the first face, but Disq finds the shot on towards Zaz. It's all on Giuliano. She's down and out. This is the 14th round secured by ARES. They're going to grab it just in the nick of time, Snods.
14-14, they're all tied up into this one. Round number 29. My goodness, Jack. It's a force buy from Rez Gaming. I don't believe it.
Oh no. 2
players are forced, 3 players haven't. There is... This is going to be heated right now in the practice room.
Oh no, they're running straight into the HEs as well, Snods.
Molotov. Going to be slowing them down. And Tika as well goes into the AK spray from Tori. 5 versus 5 still, but the damage has been dealt in towards the players from Rez Gaming. 14-14. A few of the players are forced, a few of them haven't. You can see a massive divide right now in the chemistry, the synergy of this roster. The former champions of the last event are on the cusp of being sent home prematurely.
That is true. In terms of what they have to work with as well, it isn't fantastic. It's a MAC-10 and Zaz seeming to lead the charge with a P90. You've got P250s coming out as well. Push comes out, Tori gets the first spam to try and deny the entries, but the B site is being overwhelmed. They're all there. They're on the scene. They're trying to can they cause a stir. Tori through the smoke will get the second. The bomb has gone down. And Tika falls into the backline. She has the scavenged P90.
Oh god, these are awful positions.
Oh, one's in a good after while the push comes through. The CT charging in. They start to retake it, Snods. It's a 2v1. It's just Giuliano remaining. She picks out, finds the first, but the trade is there. The 15th round has been claimed by ARES. One round away from picking up the victory.
What is going on?
It's madness.
Mental scenes in the final map of the night. Seems like Rez Gaming and ARES might be just as tired as we are. Final round of the night potentially, or this all could go to overtime and Rez could still, skin of their teeth, make it into the playoffs. But if the first seeded, quote-unquote, best team of the tournament gets grouped...
The team predicted to win the event, by far.
And they won the last Intel Challenge, they won the last Copenhagen Games, they've won everything, Jack, apart from obviously the domestic plans, which was won by 2 of the players on their team and their Russian mixers. Mental scenes here in Katowice, apparently.
It's outrageous.
See.
Absolutely crazy.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at this?
Would you look at this? 15-14. Rez, you can see as well how tentative they are, apprehensive to potentially give away this round because it all rests on this one. Then again, conversely, imagine the pressure right now onto ARES of potentially sending home the favourites of the whole tournament.
This could just be absolute lunacy if they're able to pull it out. Cindy gets spotted out though. Giuliano is aware of her location. Flashbang and smoke out to try and at least gain a little bit of extra map control here towards Arch side. They're trying to block it off. They're
so
losing themselves with not much time though, Snods.
This is the issue right now. 45 seconds left. There's still a Molotov onto Tori, but she is playing towards the B-bomb site. Molotov dished out towards Quad. 30 seconds left. Giuliano gets spotted out. It's all coming down to this.
Contact on Giuliano. There's the first trade though as Podek takes one, goes down. The response comes in from Zaz with the entry. She has to get the second, but she falls short. It's 2 players remaining on that CT side, Snods. It has to be a 2-player retake to find success here. This will be forced into overtime. Riley's down and out. It's all on Tori. A 1 versus 3 over on the A site. She's got a flash, a molly, and a kit. Giuliano's got the angle covered. She's going to slowly tiptoe into the unknown, but will she clear it? No. Giuliano kills her. It's over, Snods. It's going to be overtime.
Overtime indeed. Rez 1 round away from being sent home. Experience is the commodity in this matchup, as they manage to pull it through to overtime as we go to 15-15. Money gets, obviously, is it MR3 10K or 16K? I guess we'll have to find out.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's all a bit of fun at this point. It's all a bit of mystery. But there you go.
MR3 10K. So, all to play for in these early rounds. We haven't got the abundance of cash where you can afford the double upset of 3 rounds in a row. Instead, you've got to be wise with your cash and make the correct investments early on.
Yeah. If you do make mistakes and actually do go for those investments into the orb, you can be left with no weapon on that 3rd round. So, obviously makes it a little bit more interesting.
Grenades don't connect in a fast play towards Banana. Zaz gets the first. Printed out the right door into the retry. Comes in again from Giuliano. Molotov forces back the CTs. An overstep here from Riley as well. 4 versus 2. Right now, Res game, you can see they're kicking into 6th gear.
Yeah, a lot more aggressive there. You can see that actually going back to the sort of style of CS they were playing previously, where they try and go for those heavy hitting bursts. Play with confidence, play with aggression, and just try and really out-aggress their opponent.
Wow. Just Q and Tati now forced to save. Obviously for Rez as well, if they win the next one and they go 17-15 up, extremely likely scenario where they do get all 3 rounds on the T side. The reason being is, obviously, as you said before, if you overinvest early on into the CT half of OT, you have no cash left for that final round. Rez back in the driving seat here. They were so close to losing. But now here, Jack, with the experience on this roster, you can see they're kicking into 6th gear as well. Do you agree with me here in saying that Red should take this one cleanly?
I think at this point, yeah. Especially now they're on the T side, it looks like they're actually playing with aggression once again. They just need to link these rounds together, ideally. I mean, essentially, if they win this round, I feel like they win the game.
Fast confidence play again towards Banana here from the CT. Ooh, sorry, from the T side. Conversely, the CT side playing far more passive, giving up control towards Banana. This time learning from the mistakes, obviously, prior. And T can find the first frag as well. 5 versus 4. Player advantage here. Make it a 2-player advantage. Zaz gets the wallbang as well. And a second frag towards B. The B side's completely open for grabs. Tati's low HP as well. Cindy, alone towards the B side, does finally dethrone Zaz. But the real hit's coming in towards the A side. Just 39 points of health between the A side and ARES.
2 players remaining on that side for ARES. Obviously not going to be able to achieve too much, as it will have to be an A retake forced on the site. They're outnumbered and they are outgunned. Let's see if they can actually find anything from this. Actually going to have to go for the save, obviously, as well, because the cash isn't going to be too good as we get into this next round. So if they can hold on to this M4 and AK. So I think actually finds a frag as well as Cindy takes down Vilga.
(17-15). 2 players surviving here for ARES, so they can jump over 2 weapons into the next round. They are going to have... Oh, actually, Tati has a fair bit of cash, so... 1,900 round loss bonus. Tati can drop over 2 M4, so they should be able to have the full buy. So it will be a 5 M4 buy. Maybe even an AWP as well if they distribute their money efficiently. There will just be the M4s dropped over. So 5 rifle setup. We know how prolific Cindy can be with the AWP, especially towards Banana as well. It's one of the reasons why they even got to their 15th round. So, Banana control once again extremely fast from ARES as the peak come out towards top. Riley, Tori forced back into the sides of the play, far more apprehensive. As they force, this is the key crucial thing here as well from Res Gaming, forcing out the ETC early from ARES, especially at the time as well, where their economy is going to be paying for it. Forcing out the early smokes towards the B side could also come back to aid them in the later portions of the round.
Looks like it is going to be a strike towards this A side now. Minute 10 left on the clock here. Rez actually got a bit quicker into this one, considering how slow their prior rounds have been. Cindy going to spot them out. Early damage transfer does occur. Rez seeming like they want to try and grab all 3 rounds here on that T side. Daz as well just has to try and find these exit fragments. Backpedals away, gets the first, but Tori will trade. Tori actually grabs the second as well towards Giuliano. So things are looking pretty good here for ARES in this round. It could be doable, Snons, as it is a 3 versus 4. They have to backtrack and grab the bomb. Luckily, there wasn't too deep of a push here from ARES, so they are playing close on the site.
Cindy. Not expecting to be pushed in from CT. Tori as well with the exposed angle towards CT, so this may all go up in flames here for ARES. But Tori winning the first frag towards CT. Vilga goes down. The flank is now on it. Just coming in now towards the B side. Cindy lost the line, but eventually will be taken down by Tori as well. 17-16 as ARES eventually claim 1 round on their CT side. And for Res Gaming, after having the 10-5 lead early on, nearly let that one slip.
Yeah, this has been down to the wire, really. It's actually quite lucky that we do see it go this way, where obviously Res didn't actually get all 3 rounds, so that would have been a bit of a horrible situation to be in for the side of ARES. At least they still have something to play with now. But we know how aggressive Reds were on their CT side, and we can see that again now in overtime. That'll be the big question on my mind.
Guess you're about to find out here.
Giuliano looked like she got some of it there.
I didn't see.
Oh, early peek down towards mid. She threw the nade out and then fell back. It seemed like it was going to be a straight commit.
Well, that's the thing we see a lot from Res Gaming. Confidence plays, now they're finally back in the lead. Obviously, they were down match point 15-14. This time they're the ones in the driving seat, 17-16 now. But they gained the invested into by ARES as well, so Cindy not going to be wielding the AWP into this one. AWP for Potter. And 2 defuse kits as well here for the CT side, but it is the AWP at least, so they do have some form of pure or the strongest firepower that they could have on the server. Obviously for Giuliano, the double AWP setup on the CT side definitely wasn't the strongest. So just going to be going back to the Zaz. Does tag up a few players towards mid.
Rez are going to be hungry for this next round as well. They can grab it. They'll just be 1 round away from being able to close this one out. It just depends if they can actually get the momentum in their favour as the people come through as well. Vilga going to be dominant. She actually goes huge into the round as well. Double kill as she finds both of those headshots. Dishku will fire back against Potter, even though at least in a 4 versus 3, slightly more manageable. They've got B site as well, Snons. It's completely open. They can actually take it. And there's a huge rotate. 2 players going to be distributed over towards that site now because they are debating whether or not it is going to be a wrap round back towards A. But if Cindy and Dishku can actually find these entries, this could still be a hot round in terms of the actual contestation.
Poor peek there from Dishku. She loses the duel to Antika. 2 versus 3 as the bomb is planted now towards Coffin. They'll face T. Now leaves Riley in the 1 versus 3. Diminishes 2 players instantly and expects to flank now towards Banana. Zaz still wins the duel to 6 HP, and that might be the defining factor here to be the victory for Res Gaming as they're going to go to match point.
Yeah, that was necessary. Zaz winning that round kind of seals the deal a little bit there because obviously now they're just 1 round away from success, whereas ARES, it needs to be a flawless slate to actually try and take it into a double OT scenario. So this is where we should see Rez actually making it out of groups.
Pause comes in. You're going to be expecting it from ARES as well. 2 rounds away from forcing double overtime.
Oh.
Oh. That might be too much for all of us here.
Well, it's the fact as well, if we actually do see it double overtime, with ARES now starting off on their T side, can they actually then find success and be able to close this one down and get it in their favor? Who knows?
Who knows? 31 frags for Torre, especially towards the B site as well.
She has looked crisp, to be fair, on that B side.
Very good.
Her and Tatty have been very effective as a duo.
But on the flip side, saw the... Well, actually, no, the frags are fairly evenly distributed across the board. Obviously, we saw in the first into regulation even, Potter leading the charge, but now it seems like Zaz, Giuliano have caught up. They are only 2 rounds behind. Early control towards Banana, actually nowhere near as audacious as we saw from Res Gaming. Flashbang as well comes through. That's usually the front. Tag, I believe. She does. She gets the lane onto Discu through the wall on Banana. So some form of damage being dealt early here for Res. Off the back of the ult from Potter. And TK going to be rotating away from the B site in towards A now as well. So, minute 15 left on the clock. This is a good boost to see. Usually you'd see the other player. I mean, we see this a lot from FaZe. Knee could be boosted up towards the black boxes. You'll see Karrakin with a flash out in his hand playing towards first or second oranges. Obviously, Nika gets contact, Flashman comes out, wide face, and it all goes in their favour. But they actually have an AWP as well, so this might make things a lot more interesting here from Res.
Snake and Zaz could be critical as well. Could actually peel a lot of health off them. This push will come round. Looking like Antika is going to be the one to have your eyes on as well if they do go for this burst round towards Arch side. In reality, it will be a play towards B, those nods. She's allowed to go for the flash peek, but the timing wasn't too fantastic. They went for the same idea. So Riley and Tori working together here to actually try and grab that ground. Antika goes for the initial spam, tries to tear her way through and hold towards close Arch. If she gets both of these kills, that will essentially dismantle the round, but Riley takes her down, punishes Antika. This is going to be that now, pincer play on B.
Oh, elevated angle finds one. Instantly traded out there. Potter in towards Ruin, turns into the 3 versus 3. You can see the standard decides to come in towards Banana. And now Giuliano and Zaz, the dynamic duo, the women's scene as of today. The women's scene. Dynamic duo trying to see if they can force 19 the victory as well. Cindy with the wide face finds that. Cindy as well does claim 18 to 17, and now 1 round away for ARES to force double overtime.
Ridiculous stuff, Snots. There is potential for this to actually go to double OT now. Let's see what the investment is going to be for Res and how they'll actually opt to play this one as the buys do come out. It's not fantastic, so it actually does bode well for ARES as well to actually pick this one up and force it out into a second overtime.
Three players now entrenched towards Banana. HG doesn't actually connect as much damage as previously expected, but Giuliano this season will be leaving Banana, going back towards the A site. You can see how weak their buy is. FAMAS, CZ, 2M Force, AWP there for Potter. This time Potter not stationed towards B, actually going to be playing more dynamic in towards Arch. Position we saw a lot of success from Cindy. On that CT side, of course, towards the library, towards Archway as well. As they patiently wait, expecting an Arch trap as well. That makes sense here. Obviously, if you're ARES, you expect pistols and a weak buy. How do you counter that? You take the long range dribbles towards Arch. They might actually walk into the double stack here towards Arch.
Well, Potter gets the first with the AWP, but she's able to punish them as they slowly tiptoe around towards Arch. Potter grabs the second as well, fights through the flashbang like Daredevil Snow. She doesn't need to have vision, she can be blind.
And now, 5 versus 2. As it seems like the experience has paid off here for Res. Side, Bilga finds that one frag. It's going to be Tachi now last alive. 35 seconds. The peak comes out from Zaz, and 19 to 17, Jack.
There you have it.
And after what is that? Gosh, 12 hours? Over 12 hours.
I believe so.
Over 12 hours. What a long day. And it does accumulate with some great Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I mean, ARES obviously incredibly close to actually having a major upset there. Probably the biggest upset in the women's Counter-Strike scene in a very long time.
Oh, of course. I mean, the issue is, you give them overtime and you can see the experience shining through. They're basically kicked into 6th gear. You can see the championship mentality. They're never able to be, faded out, always in that one fighting. And the frustration as well. 2 players forcing, 3 players not forcing. You see the disjointed buy that was in the 30th round of that matchup. So I thought for a second the frustration was definitely mounting. But still, they pull it through and they force OT and win it in OT.
Oh, there you have it. So Res do actually get out of groups. So we do have our 4 qualified teams now, which I believe are Keystars, Team Dignitas, obviously Res, and then also Squared, which all of them have definitely earned their spots.
So now it's Res versus Dignitas Female, the first matchup tomorrow. And then obviously Keystars versus
Squared.
Squared.
So some big games coming up tomorrow.
That could be Squared in the final.
It's true. It's actually boded very well for them in the manner they actually went through.
That'll be the upset of the tournament, I guess. But yeah, ARES, obviously the finalists from Copenhagen Games, lose out in groups. It had to be either Res or ARES with the upset from Squared. And obviously Squared turning a lot of heads and showing up when it mattered.
Yeah, Squared actually played fantastically and definitely deserved their spot. Res as well, barely scraping it out in the end there as they do find success in overtime. But that is all of our teams now secured. We are finally done and dusted with the group stage. We know where we're at, and we'll be back with the semi-finals tomorrow, which will be live from the Expo Hall. Should be fantastic stuff. Obviously, it'll be great. We've got Miss Harvey on the desk, a whole ragtag band of gamers.
Oh, all the stories, all the anecdotes as well, and great to see the experience from the first hand. Obviously, Banksy in the desk there, so obviously that would be a great addition to the broadcast.
Yeah, so that will be live from tomorrow. It should be absolutely fantastic. Stay tuned for that if you are interested. There'll be tons more going on tomorrow and the next day live with the Intel Challenge. But today, that is everything we have time for. We are done and dusted. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Any last words, Nods?
It's been a long one.
Yeah, absolute business. We'll see you next time.